Hey, that just got really dark on me. It's me again, Kenny Conklin, Scifiantasy.com, and yes, this is video number 2 for the day. Skipping the honey-do list and doing the Kenny-do list. I want to get as much done as possible as I can on this guy today. So let's bring you back over to the bench and show you what we got going on. And yes, it's no shave-vember. So let's bring this down over yonder, all blurry like, and get in over here. Alright, so the last thing you saw in the last video was me getting that number 21 on here. I'm getting it on a lot better than before. And then I knew I had in my arsenal of masking tape is something that you guys should get if you don't have it. This is the Tamiya pinstriping tape. I got this size, I got that thickness Tamiya tape, and I think I have one more in this set of and then that guy that's just a little bit thicker than that guy. All this tape comes in handy, especially doing masking. I usually use 3M blue painter's tape, the low tack stuff, and when I built my CVN 65 I pretty much should have just bought stock in that company because I went crazy with the tape. So I gotta get a new X-Acto blade, and if you watch Simon Merck's latest video, he's absolutely right. Buy these blades in frickin' bulk because you go through them like crazy. Look at that. If you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, the tip is just shattered off. I gotta change this blade in a little while because they're always going in the garbage. Anyways, the thin tape comes in handy for a lot of masking uses, and if I can get this darn cat hair off of me. Trying not to. What I needed that for, yoo-hoo, don't fall. I'm trying to hold that sucker down to keep them in place. This way I don't get not overspray, but underspray. Hey, look at that, and you were all blurry. So basically all I did was run the tape down the middle there. Because of the curved surface, it's a little hard. Usually photo etch bends, and once it bends in a certain shape, it's a pain in the butt to get back to the shape that it was. But for some reason this photo etch with the numbers doesn't bend and stay as well as it usually does. Where's my little paint bottle that was holding that sucker up? Okay. And you just mask these guys on here to hold them down in place. So that's it. Just get them on. Take a toothpick or something, make sure it's all jammed down and into place, and then I'm going to mask up the rest of this around here. This way I don't get any overspray. We're going to shoot that, and I got the wife's handy dandy blow dryer so I can blow dry it, get it nice and dry real quick, and then once that's on there I'll take this off and we'll be right back. Okay, so let's hit this sucker up. Now remember, when you're doing something like a stencil, basically not something like a stencil, when you're doing stencil work, or if you're masking out something else, you don't have to mask off the whole model because of overspray. You got to learn how to control your airbrush, basically. It's hard to explain, but the more practice you got, the better you're going to be at it. I still got my new Badger, which I have a learning curve on. And you're not going to be like this, whoosh, all crazy all over the model. We're coming right for the stencil. Keep the airbrush moving. This way you don't pull up and then drip. And I'm just doing it in light coats. And I'm going to build up the paint. I'm not going to hit it all in one big blob of a shot, because if I do that, then what's going to happen, it's going to pool up here, drip underneath the stencil, and then I'm going to have to rip it off, sand it, do the black again, do the silver again, and we don't want to do that. Give it a few seconds in between coats to dry. And as you can see, it's just a light coat coming up and up and up and up and up. So I'm going to keep hitting it with light coats till it gets to the density I like. And then once that's done, I'll dry it up, pull it off, and I'll show you the next step, what I'm going to do. Okay, so we got the masking off. And when you take them off, I got paint all over me. Where's my hand? As you can see, they didn't even bend, and I was trying to bend them into position. I'm kind of glad they didn't. This way, even if you do bend them, don't get rid of this stuff. They're metal, and you can reuse them again. So just keep them in a safe place. I gotta get a baggie for them. I'll keep them there. Hopefully they don't get blown away. Okay, so there's our number 21, because the decals had a number 21 on it, so I used the same thing. Now, what I'm gonna do, because there is a little haze, but what I was going to do anyhow, because that is so bright, we don't want it that bright. I still have a bunch of these, the Tamiya weathering master cases with snow, soot, and rust. Now, I know all you guys are manly men out there, but these little jammies come in handy. These are makeup sponges. Another thing that I have in the arsenal of stuff, and I also, which I think I ran out of, is they make little what do you call it, eyeshadow ones like this, except it's on a plastic little stick, and it's got the sponge on top, and it comes in real handy to use. Now, if you're too much of a man to go down the women's aisle and get these, ask your wife, your girlfriend, or whomever to go pick them up for you, because they do come in handy. So anyway, enough of messing with you guys, and let's go on to, all I do is you take it and you wipe a bunch on there, and then I'm just going to go over it lightly to get it a little bit dirty looking and not as bright as it was, to make it look like it was it's sitting there and there's some dirt buildup. Now, say I go too much like that, you can hey, you're blurry. If I go too much, you can always take the other side and wipe it down some, and some will come off. But I want it like dirty, like a dirty dog. And you can tell the difference between how bright it was before and now with the Tamiya weathering over it. It looks like it's been sitting there and it's kind of dirty, and now it's got its number 21 on there. So what I'm going to do, I guess, maybe instead of doing each one individually and showing you, I'm going to start painting these guys up, all the stencils that I'm going to use, and then once it's done, I'll come back and I'll show you where we put all our stencils on. Actually, before we do that, the next stencil I am going to use is this one with the writing on it. I'm going to put it over here to make it look like, you know, it's got some information about that. The thing I like about ET model too, when they send you these things, They got the clear film on them. They're just a pain in the butt to get it off. So let me get this off. I'm going to cut this out. We'll start masking this up and painting that up before the paint dries in my cup. I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, before I painted, I had to show you guys. That's as tight as I can get it. Let's bring the camera down here. Oh, where is the thingy? There it is. I'm sorry, it's going to be blurry for a second because I'm trying to... There we go. Now, how about those for some tiny letters? I wanted to keep the mech in there that Wild House Models did. So I used these tiny, tiny letters to do that. Now hopefully it comes out well. If it doesn't, I'm just going to sand it, and I'm not going to put that on because that was a pain in the buttocks. Okay, well I got the name of it, the mech 70-B. You can see there's a couple spots that messed up, but otherwise the lettering came out pretty good. I already rubbed some black over it to make it a little dirtier. I'm going to take out the liner brush and hopefully get those small pieces with the black and not mess anything up too bad. So off to do a little more work. And there we go, almost all tidied up. Have to do a little more titanium around it to make it look a little better. But it gets its name, the Mech 70-B. Voila! So I don't know if I'm going to put any more stenciling on here. I kind of like it with just the limited amount with the name. Here, let me not make you look at the wall. And let's get this back in focus. I need my little cameraman here. He helps out a lot. We got the name, the mech on there, and we have the number of the pod. It would be the 21st pod in the row, and some information on it over there about what the pod is. I'm thinking if I should put anything on here, anything else on here. I don't think I'm going to. Paint wise, like any more little symbols or anything like that. I do have a triangle that I could put here as danger, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to limit it to the little bit I got on there, and then start working on some other parts of this guy. So let me get to that, and I will be back. Okay, well, I don't even know what you're looking at over there. I'll let you look at this before my battery dies. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to do, since this guy is pretty much painted up where I want him to be, I'm going with my sealer of choice, Liquitex matte varnish, and this is made for acrylics. Takes 3 to 5 days to dry. So I'm going to spray this guy on here, then I'm going to cover him up so no dust or anything gets into the sealer, and that should be that for this guy for now. Okay, well, I just camera did it again. It went from bright to dark. I just sealed up the body itself. I got it under the case from the Kazon torpedo to keep it from getting dust in there. So basically, all I have left is the hatch, the back plates, and I think one of my cats stole a piece. Now I gotta go searching around for it. One of the arms for the hatch to the pod. So I'm gonna get this guy up and running. I'm gonna charge my battery because it's flashing red. That is gonna take a couple days to dry. I may hit it with the hair dryer to get it going a little quicker. But in the meantime, I'm going to finish up the last few pieces we got going. Once that's dried, we'll slap it in there, and that'll be that. So I hope you all have a good night. You never know, I may get another video up of just painting the smaller parts and then get that up online. So again, I hope you all come join us at Scifiantasy.com. It's up and running. Got 30-something users so far. It's a good site. If you like social media, it's the same as Facebook, except just dedicated to sci-fi and fantasy building. So we'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.